Hello and welcome to On the Wrist. Today we have a watch from the Sacred Crafts. This watch is called the Grande Mer, or the Great Sea, and is made from reclaimed marine bronze as well as from recycled fishing nets made into this material called Tesoro. This watch has a lot of great features for the price point, and the use of a full bronze bracelet is something you don't see very often. It packs a punch with some very solid specs as well as some nice attention to detail on the design. So let's get right into it. Before we get started, I do want to mention that this watch was sent to me by the Sacred Crafts for review. I'll be sending it back their way once the review is over, but just keep that in mind during the video. Now, the Sacred Crafts is focused on using reclaimed materials. So this watch is made of fully reclaimed bronze, made from melted down boat propellers. And similarly, the almost jade looking material here, called Tesoro, is a mix of bio-epoxy along with recycled fishing nets pulled from the ocean. So the materials of this watch focus on the sea, which makes sense given the name is La Grande Mer, and it's a really cool use of reclaimed materials. Not only that, obviously the entire bracelet is fully bronze. Not many brands are doing this. That is something that is really unique and well done. And the bezel here looks a lot like a boat propeller, which that's where the bronze came from. So there's a lot of cool things going on with this watch, and I love the use of reclaimed materials. But let's dive into some technical specs and see how they stack up. So this watch is 44 millimeters in diameter. It is a fairly big watch, and it is 13 millimeters thick. The lug width is 22 millimeters. The movement is the ETA 28424, which is it has a 42-hour power reserve. It has a water resistance of 300 meters, and also comes with a 5-year warranty as well as a 3-year complimentary service, which is something I've never seen on a watch before. There is pretty reasonable lume shown around there. And the back has a exhibition back showcasing this gorgeous rotor. Let's get a close-up. And here we have the exhibition back, a very clean movement, the ETA movement underneath, but this rotor is absolutely stunning. I love this bronze rotor with a very beautiful perlage all through it, along with the Sacred Craft logo there. And this custom shape is a really pleasant addition. And the box that this comes in is truly excellent. You can see here this gorgeous wooden box. And when we take the top off, you see a wonderful presentation of the watch and the 2 additional straps, as well as some of these pins here. And these 2 straps that come with it are a nice addition. On the bottom portion of the box is removed to reveal what you could use as a watch pouch with a spring bar removal tool, as well as a certificate of authenticity and the owner manual underneath. A really nice presentation, and it really adds to the feel that this really is an entry-level luxury watch. The clasp bears the logo along with the name of the model, and it is a button deployment clasp. I love these. They are so much more comfortable and easy to use than the ones where you have to pull them up with your finger. Very comfortable and a nice feature on the watch. Now, some of the design details. As I mentioned, it's fully reclaimed material, and that just makes this watch a pleasure to handle and makes you feel good about handling it as well. It is so interesting to see the integration of the material of the Tesoro, this recycled fishing nets, and you can see through there, you can see actually strands of the material running through the almost jade-like texture. The bronze is a very nice bronze. You can see some of the patina already developing on this watch, and bronze is a unique material because, as I just mentioned, it develops a patina, which is an outer layer of oxidation that changes the color. Sometimes it has a greenish tint, sometimes it just gets darker. So this watch will literally age with you. This watch is a limited edition. The Grande Mer is limited to 220 pieces, but it's part of a larger collection that has a few other options shown there. But this is really the capstone of the collection, the top high-end piece. This is Swiss made, so manufactured in Switzerland. And let's get a couple shots on the wrist. Here we have it on my 7¼ inch wrist. It's fairly large. It's a little larger than I would normally go, but it still sits very comfortably. It's got really good heft thanks to that heavy bronze material. And this green makes the entire watch. I love that the crown guard is also made of that material, as well as this patch over here. A lot of color all over, and it's something that, you know, the word unique is used a lot to describe watches, but this really is unique. A full bronze bracelet with recycled materials used on the inside. It's just an absolute pleasure to wear, and it's awesome to know that this is made by recycling materials. Here we have it on the sort of brown leather rally style strap that they included. A little sportier, kind of interesting, a nice comfortable option. It's not my favorite of the three, but I do love that they included a bronze buckle here. Here we have it on the rubber dive strap that's provided. Very comfortable. I enjoy this texture on the outside, and it's perfectly designed to fit with the lugs here with that same sort of angle coming down. Very comfortable, a nice break from the bronze strap if you want something a little lighter. And again, a very nice touch that they included a full bronze buckle to go along with it. It's also worth noting that every one of these straps is a quick release, including the bronze bracelet itself. Really makes it nice to change out the straps, makes it quick and easy no matter what strap you're changing into. A few notes on the bracelet. So while the bronze is very comfortable, some people may have allergic reactions to bronze, so just be aware of that. It's not many, but it's something to be conscious of. And then these links here, the recycled material, again, really cool how you can just see the strands of the net through them, but it is a little bit of roughness here, so it's not a perfectly smooth piece. So it might scratch your skin just a little bit. It doesn't hurt, but it's not smooth. So just be aware that it might, if you're wearing it for a long period of time, itch at your skin a little bit. Also, I mentioned before, but I love this clasp. One downside being I wish there were more micro adjustment points. However, there's also a diver's clasp here. So if you need to expand to go diving with it, you have the links there to fit around your wetsuit. I also want to mention that the case, I love these cutouts here on the side. One minor note about the bezel. This one, you can see it there has a little bit of play to it. It clicks very solidly, but there is some play. Not a huge deal, but it's just something I noticed. MSRP and value. MSRP of this watch is $1,999, a hefty price tag. This puts it in the range of OntheWrist as far as price point goes. However, I think this does stack up next to a brand like OntheWrist as far as what they're asking for. The entire watch is bronze, even the bracelet, which is not something you see at that price point. It is really a unique feature, paired with the fact that it's made from recycled materials. So that is awesome, super innovative, and just unique, different. You get these nice splashes of color, and you know it's pulling materials back out of the ocean and putting them back to use. The movement is the ETA 2824, which is a high-end movement, and they've done the finishing on the rotor quite nicely. They've put a lot of effort into the design, a lot of details into it. So I think for the price compared to other watches of that price point, this stacks up and does actually offer a lot with the full bronze materials if that's something you're interested in. Things I would knock them for, obviously the bezel here having the wiggle. The roughness of this material could be a detraction for some. I think that's just how it's supposed to be, not a huge deal. A few more micro adjustment points would have been nice. And while the movement is very clean, I would have liked to see some finishing on the movement as well as the rotor. That being said, the rotor is absolutely gorgeous and they did a wonderful job on that. But I want to know what you think. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you like the look of this watch? Is this something you could see on your wrist? Do you like the use of recycled materials? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. This has been On The Wrist. Thank you for watching.